All right, Rich, how hard was it to get all those video game character cameos in the movie?
Easy. Next question. It was. I'm sure the Disney lawyers would say it was really hard, because they had mountains of paperwork, I'm sure, to fill out on each one. But it.
Did the people come to you? Did
No,
they come to
we
you?
went to the people, and I would introduce myself and say, look, my name's Rich Moore. I'm making this, animated film, about video games and the characters in them and what they do when they're off the clock, we would be amiss, not to have your character in the movie since, these games are such seminal games, This is how we'd like to use them, and I would pitch through the scenes that the games or the characters appeared in. And, 9 times out of 10, they would say, that's great. Yes, we want to be a part of this. So in a way, it was easy, but in a way, it was also, it took a lot of preparation and kind of going and meeting and just being honest, about how we wanted to use their characters. Because if I look at it this way, it's at Disney, if someone came to our studio and said, we want to use Mickey Mouse, I would want to know how they're going to use Mickey Mouse, in their piece, so I just made it abundantly clear what the intentions were. And like I say, most of the time we would get a really positive response.
So what's the story behind this actual working Fix-It Felix Jr. arcade machine that they built?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine to have a game created based on an idea, that I had. So, no, we did it as we thought, well, wouldn't this be cool, to kind of take it out at Comic-Con or to promote the movie, to have an actual game, made from the fictional one that's in the movie. And it began like that, where we wanted to have something that we could kind of take around and show to people, and we wanted to make sure it was done right, that it felt like it was from that time period. So it was all programmed using, kind of the 8-bit boards and everything, and by people that really knew those kind of games really, really well, and it did not happen overnight. There was a lot of kind of going back and forth and me playing it and saying, well, it's still, can we add this and that, or, how can we make it feel, that it has the pace of one of those old games. So it was a collaborative effort, and at first we were cannibalizing old game cabinets, for hours, and when it became apparent that people around the country, wanted to have them, and like at the Disney parks and stuff, that it became apparent we had to make over 50 of these things. We decided, we better start building these from the ground up, because we don't want to be known as the studio that gutted 50, Donkey Kong machines, and took them off put them to, death, to make our Fix-It Felix Jr. games. So, they are made from scratch, and I'm so proud of them, and I think that's so cool and just really fun to play.
What opportunities do you see with in the Wreck-It Ralph universe going through new video games, moving ahead?
Well, I think, should we be so lucky to do a sequel, I think it would be great to explore online gaming, home games, we have some ideas of how we could it was fun to kind of begin it in an arcade, and I think that really tapped into the nostalgia, that has attached to it. But if we were to do a sequel, I think we need to kind of bring it up to date, so we're working on ideas. Should we do one, that would kind of bring it, into modern gaming, more into modern gaming, not just arcade, cabinets.